This is a spot I've featured before on my channel. I pulled a lot of gold out of that spot, but that was just panning and I was dealing with a mosquito virus. Today, we're using a sluice. And collecting pets. Really cool pets. This is the 1088 sluice from Gold Rat. And that is a laundry basket from IKEA. Oh, slippery rocks. I've got the sluice pad set up, but can you see how the water is shooting this way? The V is offset to this side. That's not good. We've got some fiddling to do, and as a prospector, you'd think you'd be able to find the right rock, but it's never the case. I pulled out over a gram of gold just at the base of this waterfall, and I found that it's actually shedding from the bank in here. That material there is what's holding all of our gold. This is what we got for half a pan. Oh, we actually got a little specimen just there. That's connected to ironstone. But that's not the important part. There's all of that flour gold and some better specs. So we're going to try and get 5 buckets done today. That's a fair amount of soil, especially classified. And we should see a good gold take. Everything is so slippery. It's really hard digging. It's actually really difficult digging. I thought it was going to be a bit easy. Anyway, I got my black scoop and we'll make that turn into gold. A lot of people want to know about how fast you should feed a river sluice, and it depends on the width. The wider your sluice, the more surface area there is to spread the dirt out across. And that is the key to feeding it. If it's a really narrow sluice box, you want to feed it slow. If it's wide, like this one, you can feed it pretty fast. The first bucket and the last bucket you do river sluicing are usually the worst. The first is all moving overburden out of the way, and the last bucket is usually where you realise you've either finished or punched through the pastry. So we've got a little bit of gold in the sluice, but the next few buckets are where we should really start seeing it. She is pure trouble today. Absolute pure trouble. Problem is she gets away with it because she's so damn cute. Here we have a wild Gadsy foraging for food.
I'm not actually finding any gold.
What was that you were just saying about not finding gold?
Yeah, I found a couple of bits.
Yeah, they count. That's gold right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, yeah. I got my second bucket done, and I'm just feeling high banking yesterday. Yeah, ambitious. We've been ambitious on the getting out and doing stuff front. Your pay dirt, sir. Hopefully there'll be some gold in this and it's not just dirt. Otherwise I'll be a really professional dirt miner. I have a pH dirt. Take that, doctors. It's important to understand the pH levels of your dirt, because if your dirt isn't spicy, why are you digging it? Wipe the germs off first. This dirt's got gold in it. Good. This is just the dregs of the bucket. so you can kind of get a gauge of how much gold you're putting down the sluice. So that was a handful of dirt, and we have probably a couple dozen pieces of gold. I feel so weak. I have lost about 10 kilos since catching Ross River and then COVID. And just getting my condition back on has been a massive effort. It's going to take a while, but I'm going to get there, and I'm going to get there through doing this. You don't need a gym when you got to lift big rocks all day, right? Ah, it's a big hunk of crap. Well, it's lucky I've got a well-trained dog, because there's sheep. Everyone wants to find gold nuggets, me included, but flour gold is far more plentiful. In a spot like this, all you've got to do is move a little bit of quantity and suddenly it starts adding up. Hunting for nuggets alone is going to take a lot of effort. It can take you days, weeks, or months where you get absolutely nothing. Whereas flour gold, you can pretty much guarantee you're going to get every single day you go out. Gazzy turns to me and goes, "What's that red thing in the creek?" And I was like, "Bro, I'm colorblind. I have no idea what you're talking about." Ah, yeah, that's brown to me. 100 litres of dirt later. That represents 100 apparently. And I'm seeing all kinds of gold all over this mat. Every cell up the top has flour gold. It's looking alright. Look at that little pile. This is always the sketchiest part, picking up your sluice box after all the work. Yeah. Oh yeah. We got plenty of gold in the mat, and screws and bits of nail. Never, ever, ever, ever clean up on the creek. Always take it home and clean it up there. That way you won't accidentally lose anything back to the gold gods. But now we're just going to have a sneaky peek. Yeah, a bit of flour gold in that. One nice little picker. We're not going to know how much flour gold we actually have until we get this home, but that is pretty respectable for just 100 litres. It might be kind of hard to tell, but the weather got horrible, which gives me the perfect excuse to clean up the concentrates I got out of my sluice box. This here is a 30 mesh classifier. That means every single one of those holes down there is 1/30th of an inch. When you use a little sluice box at home to do your cleanups, classifying is a sure way to help the gold settle into the capture cells and not be knocked out by big rocks. It's a must do. Alright, we can check those for bigger pieces later. Who knows, we might spot a piece, because this is all the heavies on the bottom. I see a little piece just there. I'm using my custom-made AJ cleanup sluice running at Dream Mat microcell in it, and the first job we've got to do is get rid of all of those bubbles. The bubbles don't allow any material to fall into the cells and it'll all just wash out the end of your sluice, so you need a little brush to take care of that. And then you'll need a little shovel to take care of your concentrates. I'm running this sluice at a very shallow angle, and I'm using the Washington Beach Mining speed controller on a very low setting so that I only have a tiny bit of water running over this mat because the gold in this concentrate is super fine. I've literally only done 3 scoops and look at the amount of gold that's coming out in the -30 mesh concentrates. That is pretty looking stuff. As long as I don't see any gold in this V-mat right at the end of the sluice, we know everything is running just fine. And by the looks of it, all the gold is sticking right up the top here. I always let my sluice run for a little bit after I've finished dumping all my cons in, and that way what happens is the water has a chance to wash away a lot more of the black sand. That's had 5 minutes to run, so we're just going to turn the water down and clean out our little sluice box. You know, I have some of the best gold mining equipment on planet Earth, and I still love the homemade stuff the best. Oh yeah! Oh man, fine gold adds up. That's exactly what I was saying at the start. There is way more flour gold in this world than there are nuggets. When it comes to the plus 30 mesh, it's a lot easier just to pan it down because the big pieces of black sand and ironstone catch the water and get pulled away, and any gold that's the same size is going to be really heavy and it just sits there. Well, I should probably get some clean water in here, but again, we'll just have a quick sneak peek, see what we got in terms of pickers. I know we got that one nice crusty little bit. I'm sure we will have got a few more flakes in there. Still a fair amount of black sand. Yeah, we got a few bits. This is all the gold I managed to recover out of approximately 100 litres of pay dirt using my river sluice next to Hank from Breaking Bad. It's finally time to figure out how much gold I recovered out of that 100 litres of dirt. That's a nice line of gold. I would like to think that there's a little over half a gram, let's say 0.6. What's your guess? Leave it in the comments below. Woo, it passed my guess. 0.70, nice! According to Gold Calculator Australia, at the time of recording that is worth $59.63 Australian. That's still pretty rich ground for just 100 litres. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please give your dog a big scratch behind the ears. Until next time, peace, and I'm out.